What's up, boys? We're back with some more Path of Exile 2. I'm going to try starting a little bit of a summoner. I wasn't really enjoying the other character. I'm not sure if I was just building it poorly, or if the game just has too many issues right now. But, like, white trash mobs were charging me from off-screen for over half of my HP, and it just felt really bad. So I'm going to try and do a bit of a higher damage build, and see if we can blast enemies before they blast us, and see if that feels any better. And there are some cool things you can do with minions, like the gas arrow for the snipers. We have a poison gem on that that causes their poison damage to break armor, so that'll be some nice utility for the other minions. There's some cool stuff with the buffs. One of them will give you some energy shield whenever one of your minion dies. So all of these temporary bone constructs, and then the raging spirits, once I can equip them, those can give you energy shield back. So I think I'm going to try a bit of an energy shield focused build as well, since you can get quite a bit of that on the tree, but there isn't really much life that you can stack on it, so maybe that'll feel a bit better, maybe it'll end up feeling worse, I don't know. We're just gonna try some stuff and see if I can find anything I really like. I really dislike how you can't dash through enemies still. It just feels kind of weird that a bunch of fast melee enemies can surround you and then you just literally can't take any action. I kind of like being able to control my character, and it just feels like right now the game has a lot of situations where you just can't control your character and it just doesn't feel good a lot of the time. And of course you can also do the gas arrow into explosion with those, but I mainly want the firewall because it is good for summoning the raging spirits once we get access to that.
Who is this that adorns the tree of souls? What happened here? There is a battle venue.
So I think we are still going to keep hunting down all the side quests and stuff. Some of them have some pretty cool stuff. Like, I actually missed one of the early things on my other character, and that gave me some passive cold resistance, so you can get some extra survivability from them as well. Oh yeah, and one other thing I learned that's very important, if you're playing on Windows 11 and you're getting like a full like computer lockup from loading screens sometimes, you apparently have to turn off the engine multi-threading in the options, which will reduce your FPS quite a bit, but it will at least make the game playable now. So somewhere over here, multi-threading, you have to disable that. FPS is a lot lower, but at least it won't completely lock up your computer anymore. I think. I played a few hours after that, and I haven't run into it anymore. The Summon Raging Spirits also seemed like one of the best skills on my first character, even though I wasn't really focusing on minions. So I think if we actually Giga Pump them and really focus on the damage there, I think we can get some pretty high single target damage later on. And then that should make the bosses with unavoidable attacks a lot more manageable, since they feel like kind of a DPS race right now, since you're just going to run out of blast charges unless you get some way to restore those. I think there is a dexterity sustained buff that gives you flash charges over time and also applies them to your nearby allies, so that might actually work on your minions, now that I think about it. So that might actually be decent here, I'm not sure. Spirit is pretty important because it's also used to give you more minions. We actually got a scepter here with percent increased spirit, and then that lets me have barely 2 of those snipers out now. You can see I have 2 spirit left over from that. So we're going to be going for the Infernalis class. That gives you a free Hellhound summon that will even absorb some damage for you. God, I hate the charge attacks from like halfway off of the screen that just stun you, and there's doesn't really seem to be anything to avoid those. Like, if they would just add some brief iframes onto the dodge so that you could at least time that correctly and avoid attacks, it would probably make the game feel at least twice as good right now. So it looks like we actually get 2 different charges of the gas arrow. That's actually pretty nice. Get much higher uptime on that, and then the armor breaking based on their poison damage, which will buff up all of our other minions who are currently dealing primarily physical. As long as you landed on them. Why does it cast behind me sometimes, Wat? I just wish there would be like more active play things you could do to actually avoid enemy attacks right now. It just doesn't feel like you can really influence combat that much other than your passive stats right now. And that's like a huge change from Path of Exile 1 that I don't really like right now. But we're still learning the game, so it could just be a skill issue right now. I do have an SRS, Summon Raging Spirit gem from my first character, but it's kind of high level, so I think I needed a bunch of strength to use it. Or level 10 and 25 int, actually. So we should be getting kind of close to that. I know once we get that one notable, it's like plus 20 int and a decent chunk of damage. So we'll probably just need the levels for that. And then that plus Firewall should carry me for quite a while, I think.
Perhaps this is what we need.
Yeah, it just doesn't really feel like random archers and random chargers that are like white mobs should just do half of your HP from so far away when you're pretty limited on blast charges. If there's more recovery in the game, it would be okay, but it's just so easy to get worn down by even trash mobs right now, it feels like. So that brings us up to 31 ints. Pull them all into the gas explosion, easy AoE clear. This is the one that had the witch's hut, right? No, the Rust King. That's in the next one, yeah. Probably wouldn't go for that since I think you get an extra skill gem off of it. I'd really like to see a base movement speed increase as well. The game just feels a bit sluggish, and it would also help giving you a bit more active control over the hits you take on top of that. It actually would be pretty cool if you got enough spirit to have like 4 archers out, so you could just do the gas combo as you get to every pack. And it also seems like they die pretty quickly, so you'd be more likely to have some of them alive.
He sounds like fun. There's the third.
Yeah, it just feels kind of bad when you start casting an ability, and then he starts casting an ability, and then his goes off first and does 90% of your HP. And then also, a lot of the abilities will hit you even when you're not in the graphic like that.
Very loud and very dull.
And then it's actually kind of annoying that the NPCs change location in town so much. Like, it makes sense logically, but I have to just look around for them every time I try to
Tree must
do
bend to
something.
my will now.
Every time I return to town. Decent life. We could probably use that depending on if that's good or not. $343. Guess we'll take that. Just so we don't get one-shot by random attacks that land on us.
Spirits in the trees. Take a punt. Not bad.
Charge when you kill an enemy. Yeah, sure. Level 8 and 10 for those. Level 10 for that.
Later.
See if we can get anything useful off of a level 3. Ooh, Skeletal Arsonist. Bone throwing reviving Skeletal Arsonist that can detonate other minions on command.
Skeletal arsonists deal high fire damage but have low life. They can be commanded to detonate other minions that are close to death. When you see this red indicator, it means that the minion can be detonated.
So 50
Skeletal
spirits, we could
arsonists
do
deal high fire damage.
maybe 3 if I get some reduction for something. But 2 right now, all gems. What can we get here? Yeah, it seems like that's about all we can get anyway, so I'm down to try those out. So we'll need to turn these guys off. And then, do I have anything that can work on those? Actually, I can probably check with an uncut gem. So we go like, oh wait, that's a skill gem. Support gem, so we go onto the arsonist. Magnified effects. Ooh, 40% AoE, that would actually be pretty cool. Extra projectiles as well. Let's see, 20 and 20 would be a 36% less damage, I think. Multiplying together. So that should actually be pretty good once we have enough dexterity for that as well. I think I have a magnified effect somewhere. Don't I? Let me check my other character real quick. I'm pretty sure I was using that on Cold Snap for a bit. And then getting them a lot of huge area projectiles will make them a lot more likely to land hits and significantly improve their AoE as well. Yeah, there we go. Anything else? Oh, we do have a scatter shot. But I wouldn't ever use that on minions, I think. Freeze build up. I doubt it. How close are we to a passive node? We'll want the minion stuff here, so quite a few levels before I can get any attributes, I think. I did have a ring on my other character, so we need level 12 for some attributes from that, and I guess some free mana there. Life, yeah, we don't have anything there yet. That is some decent energy shield, so I'll keep that. That doesn't really have a lot. It has some okay defenses. I guess we don't actually lose that much since it has strength as well. That's fine. Wasted some money. Level 1, we have a level 2. I guess that's probably everything for now. Where are the gems at? So we need 20 more spirit for that. That might be doable eventually. Oh, does that work on him? Okay. It says attacks. Huh. And level 10 for that still. Oh yeah, you have to go to the well to fill up your flask every time. I wish it would be sort of a passive effect if you got even remotely close to that. So we need to travel through here.
You have them. Stay safe, if you can. Good. Now the others. Do as I command. Release this shade to my service.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming you can use a shield and a scepter, because that'd be kind of weird if you couldn't. But this seems to only go in the offhand, so it might be just one or the other, so I might not even be able to use my +1 skills with the scepter since we need that for extra skeletons. And we have to return to camp.
The wound only by a grim tangle. Stay safe, if you can. Perhaps this is what we need.
Did I... Oh, I guess we can just go back over there or whatever. $148 mana, wow. Oh yeah, we need them on the bar, I guess. Arsonist. Explosive demise. And then I'm hoping that will work on the summon raging spirits and the bone constructs from Unearth. And then that'll give us a lot of temporary expendable minions we can detonate. And then that should work nicely with the thing that gives you energy shield when your minions die, I hope. Oh yeah, it does work. And they seem to have it active at full HP as well. Okay, nice. That's actually sick. So I guess we might actually want to build around the destruct on them then, since that seems pretty good with the bone constructs. So we might not want the projectile thing since that has a damage penalty. Yeah, it has 20% less damage on it. And that might apply to the explosion even though that's not a projectile since it applies to the skill itself. I'm not positive on all the gym interactions currently.
If the Fae spirit.
But the big fire damage there is good for it at least, and then that of course is fantastic. 40% more area.
Old magic still thrive. The way's open. Please.
You've some power, Ethermite. You'd have made a worthy sister.
Yeah, if we could get the Raging Spirits so that I would have something that I could control at the start of every fight to start detonating, I think this would actually be looking pretty smooth. Why do we just have 0 minions when we're walking around? What? Oh yeah, you actually can spend these in combat because it pauses. So we'll be going for 15% damage, attack, and cast speed. That'll be decent. Then we are level 7. Still need a few more for some good stuff. Oh yeah, I haven't actually been very good about using it, but you actually can direct your minions, which was default tilde key. Seriously, there's one guy in front of me and I can't move there. That's so annoying. The tight corridors on the maps feel super bad with the current mob blocking and no way to get through them. If there are in-game maps like this, it is going to be a freaking nightmare to run. Just because it's so annoying to even move around. Is there anything cool here? They need to really improve the loading time on the map too. It looks like nothing cool here. Ancient ruin over there.
Quickly! My family has been abducted!
I don't take orders from you, but I do love cemeteries.
I guess we're in trouble if all of the arsonists get sniped. There's actually a pretty crazy amount of different skeletal minions you can have now. I think there's at least a frost mage and a lightning mage as well, and then a cleric, and at least 2 different melees, a warrior and a reaver. So there's going to be a ton of different reviving skeletons you can try to build around. Tuned one is mana drain. Seems like you might be a bit limited on weapons though, since having a passive summon skill always going for some extra melee guys just seems like too useful to ever give up on a summoner, I feel like. Do we get anything? Nope. Level 8 for +1 minions helmets, that'll be pretty nice. Should probably try and get that before the boss if we can. I guess you can detonate the warriors once they get low enough. But you're also losing a bit of damage by doing that. Oh, you know what would be perfect? There is a support gem for minions that causes them to sort of cheat death for 4 seconds when they die. So that would keep them alive until you actually want to detonate them. I have a slot on those, don't I? Skeletal warriors. Do I have any? Let's see. Can I get that anywhere? I think it was a blue gem. Last gasp. From supported skills die 4 seconds after their life is reduced to 0. Okay, that should work. Let's see, we do actually want minion instability as well. That would be pretty cool. Wait. Wouldn't that be sick on Unearth, actually? Well, I think this will help more with bosses that don't summon ads on the warriors. And I think that's what we're going to be struggling with right now. So we'll go there for now and maybe try the other thing later on. Yeah, there's just this one mob in this tiny little area who can block the entire tunnel. So if you don't pull him to the side, you just literally can't even move here. Please! Die! Alright, so we can get a minion instability for them now as well. 15% of their life is fire damage. Sounds good. Wait, actually, that might be anti-synergy. When they're reduced to low life, they die. I'm not sure if that prevents last gasp from working. They're together. I'll have to see once we use this together a bit. So +1 minions for a bunch of stuff. And then a bit more minion damage over here. I guess one bad thing about Energy Shield is intelligence is only mana now, right? Yeah, looks like it. So there will be quite a bit less scaling for that in the late game. But it still seems like some of the nodes on the tree are a lot more powerful for it. I think I've seen some of the notables being like close to 40% or something. Doesn't seem like the urns are worth it even if you can destroy all of them at the same time. Oh man, those guys would look sick once they add the Spectre Gem back in. Please don't tell me that tiny little area in the top right is where I was supposed to go. Yep. Level 3, I think there wasn't much else there. One other thing I would really like to see is making the game a bit easier to try out different things in the early game. Like having more options to try different gems, and then also being able to respec a bit more freely, and probably have the option to change your ascendancy as well, although that could be a bit more expensive.
Oh, show me your power, dear sister.
So yeah, I think we're going to be pretty weak here when we can't really get most of our summons out.
Prison of both. Tormented dead. Right. My love, I call to you.
Now! a witch, but you had it coming.
There was something here, right? Ancient ruin. It kind of feels like you have to go around and kill every little trash mob as well, just because one or two of them can just completely block your movement so easily. You know, I haven't seen the Skeletal Warriors have the little red execute on them yet, so it seems like those two gems probably aren't going to work together. And it seems like Minion instability as a whole is going to prevent you from using the arsonist on them anyways.
Obey me.
But I wasn't looking that closely, so I'm not going to swap it out yet. I want to make sure on that.
Dreadful Draven. Where are you hiding?
Actually, what we should do is let the warriors take some damage here and see exactly what happens. Okay, so he is low on HP, but he's not getting the red thing on top of him. It looked like I was still able to detonate him, though. Oh, interesting. Wait, that lets you detonate them multiple times. With the last gasp. Okay, that actually does seem to work then. I just didn't... It looks like it bugs out and prevents the red dot from showing on them. But it actually seems to be insane if you can detonate them multiple times. You just have to pay a lot more attention to actually what their HP is. Since there's no longer any way to see when they're... Yeah, he's not showing the red dot on him. It does work, it's just harder to use. God, what I wouldn't give for some more passive movement speed. Ooh, that looks cool. Okay, not actually that interesting.
Depraved witch, you are not long for this world.
He seems to have killed my minions without their last gasp triggering there. So that's not good.
Rend your soul. Spirits yearn. Rend your soul. My beloved Sinister.
I am with you.
Your soul is mine. Rend your soul.
Try and get some detonates before they disappear.
My beloved Assyria.
May as well, since he's gonna hit that one with his sword anyways.
Your meaningless life ends now. The spirit's hunger.
Now!
My beloved Assyria. Your intrusion will be punished. With you, Draven. Your intrusion will be punished.
Yeah, minions don't feel the greatest on fights like this, but I think it will improve a bit, hopefully. Because this is gonna be pain if it's like this in the late game as well.
Rend your soul. Your soul is mine. Cut down. Perish, my beloved Assyria.
Like, I just can't really even use my Q ability either, because either one or the other of them will be dead, and we need both of the pieces for that.
Is no more.
Actually, don't think I've found an amulet yet. Life regen, that'd be pretty helpful. Crit chance, not really, but better than nothing. So we're looking for that ruined thing before we check out the next area. And if we can get level 10 as well, that will be a huge boost, since that boss is pretty annoying as well.
promised daughter.
My beloved son.
Okay, that might not have been worth it. And we also didn't even get any XP over here. Please. This guy is going to constantly destroy my minions with his basic attacks. So I think it might actually be faster just to get the raging spirits for the fights, rather than just going in there and trying to brute force them when we can't even keep anything alive right now. Like, his basic attack hits almost the entire screen, and he just spams it constantly. Level 6? Oh yeah, we never did those, oops. Well, I guess we can try and find the witch now. In case there were any other gems we wanted off of that. And then there is Bramble Gas and then the Witch Hut. We got that. I don't know why that's still showing. I don't remember that. Isn't that the town? Oh, the encampments. Please, just let me move, man. I just want to be able to control my character in the game. Like, what is that? A level 2 trash mob that can't even do anything, just completely blocks your character and you can't even roll past them. Level 4 or whatever. Probably not getting a ton of XP here. Red Veil. Jesus, that is a massive map, man. Is that really necessary? Please, level 4 trash mob, don't block me like that. They need to make the collision on them smaller, it just doesn't really make sense right now. We're at phasing to the dash like a bunch of people have suggested. The dash just feels so bad right now. Alright, coming here might have been a mistake. The very last spot I went to.
Beautiful monstrosity. It's a pity to end you, monstrous weed.
I guess we'll go back to one of the tombs. I still think Raging Spirit is going to be a massive improvement for the boss fights. So it's the underground area, interesting. The Rotten Druid, oh. I guess we could look for him, that's not too bad, level 6. I think there's like a plus icon on the rare enemies if they actually give you a permanent stat boost. So it looks like just the one super early one so far. Din of the Druid, that must be it.
This druid has seen better days.
Oh boy, teleporting and massive dot areas. We can probably detonate those guys a bit. Dash out of that. Now all of my minions are dead against the level 6 guy. Rip. Can't move. Still 17%. Come on, bro. Let's just go to one of the tombs then. Should be level 9, I think. Battled Trove. I don't think we got that, so we can look for the chests in that one as well then. That's the haunted thing, we did that. So that's a spirit skill as well, right? Yeah, 30 spirit. I guess we have enough, so that'll prevent us from getting a third one of those, but I think it's too good to pass up. Do I have anything good for that? Like, normally I would put fire infusion and I guess duration? But I think those are more spammable than the Unearth is, so duration is good on that. Not actually sure if we can get anything good for it then. Maybe try Minion instability on them? And then that should summon like 5 of them once we activate it. How do I even... Oh. Yeah, 5 of those each time, and then I guess they should be low enough we can just explode them. So we might not even need the Unearth anymore then if we can just do SRS plus detonate them. So I guess we'll try that then. And then we wouldn't need persistence over there, we can have it on the Raging Spirits. So we summon a bunch of homing bombs, detonate them all, and then that seems pretty good now. Oh, they actually do need to take a bit of damage, it looks like. Please, let me move! Alright, I don't think I care about the chest in here too much. We're just gonna go kill the boss now. Build actually seems to be coming together. I want to move on.
Do my eyes again. At last, it's open! Praise the first ones! What is this? Graves! Isabel! Torko!
The bad part will be when bosses with lots of area damage snipe both of the arsonists very quickly, and then we'll only have the Raging Spirits hitting them a bit, which still should be a massive improvement over what we were working with. That's level 12. I'll need to check that in a second. I should have done that before, but I might not even be able to use that. Yeah, I can't detonate them. I guess my arsonist died like right as I was doing that. God, the basic attack is so stupid on this guy. Should not hit the entire screen. So can we use that with a scepter?
Little tale is over, old man.
Okay, nice. +1 to all spell skills. Spell damage probably doesn't work. Don't care about chaos bolts. Antler focus. Oh, I guess we could be checking those for some better rolls. Bone wand. Bone blast is pretty bad.
You found the ring.
I have a grand. How do I? A little while back. See, will you pay them a visit? I used to be mildly fond of a visit.
Ooh, 30 spirit.
Farewell, hero.
I don't know how to. It's in my.
You can still.
This.
What power?
Yes,
So if we are to.
make haste.
Sorry, I was just.
Some decent mods. Attack speed, crit, physical. Don't know if I'm going to play a two-hand. Actually, I do want to try the keystone that lets you dual wield two hands at once at some point. So it might help with that. Topaz charm, duration. I don't know, I guess we'll save that. Do we have anything high level 3? We could check that again, I guess. I don't know that that would help me that much. It also increases the mana cost, which might not be the greatest when I'm trying to spam that at some points just to get a lot of them out. Oh, we could improve... Wait, I don't even care about those. Using the arsonist now. Yeah, I don't think we really care here. Wait, I meant support gem. Yeah, the level 1. Meat shield, 50% more maximum life. That would make minion instability do more damage. I don't know that it would work on those guys, probably not. 15% of minions maximum life. Okay, so yeah. So I want that on the minions I'm going to be detonating a lot, but I think that might actually make it kind of hard to detonate the Raging Spirits, and they also deal pretty good damage, so I think we're just going to toss that onto the Skeletal Warrior then. And then whenever we do end up detonating them, it should be a lot of damage now. I guess we're probably not going to end up using that, since the explosion effect on them seems very cool to build around. So over here we have a hut and a crop circle. Oh, over here we have an altar and 2 rares. Stone Charm. Cannot be stunned. That sounds pretty nice, actually. There's just so many instances of losing control of your character in Poe 2. I will take anything I can to help with that.
Squawk all you like. Soon you'll be dead. Don't run. We're just playing. Yes. Obey me.
Yep, all arsonists dead. Can't really detonate anything right now. Doesn't look like he's taking damage. And he just slammed my arsonist from off screen. Rip.
We were just getting started.
Level 4 could be decent. So, I'm not exactly sure where I wanted to go next. There was something cool all the way up here, I think. Reduced reservation, so our spirit would be more efficient. And then area of effect, withered wouldn't really help, but the AoE would be pretty nice. Oh yeah, there's a lot of AoE for the explosion on those guys. That would be really nice. Have to travel pretty far up there. I'm not sure if I would want to remove my amulet and put it on them. On the way, we could get them some healing over there. Not sure how useful that would be. Resistances seem not great. Life is actually not bad, since both Minion, Instability, and the Arsonist thing are based on that, actually. Let's see, we can probably get over there fairly cheaply then. So I think we would go up here and then back down? Cast speed, no. Mana regen would be slightly helpful. 30% ES would be very good if we're trying to do that. 15% for basic nodes is not bad. Yeah, I guess we would probably go up here and then down through there to it. And then we can do that with the ring fairly soon. I'll get a little bit of dex just in case. Wasn't there supposed to be like a buff gem at some point in Act 1? For the thing that gives you ES whenever minions die nearby. Wouldn't really be able to use it yet, but I just want to make sure I don't miss that, since I have never found another one of those. So they seem pretty rare in the early game. I guess we'll grab the waypoint and then keep exploring for the rare stuff here. They usually seem to be at the start, yeah. Then we can go back from the other side over there. So we have the ritual ×2, it looks like. I can't move at all, my god, dude. Stoic Scepter, Discipline, nah. So we can get 25% life and some faster reviving. And then since life also increases the explosion damage, I'm fine with that.
The forbidden books don't mention anything like this. I should ask a local.
I will say the limit to only having one of each support gem feels really bad on this build. I'd love to have like more minion life or instability or like cheating death on more of my minions,
So, summons, please. This is
but it's very limiting having that on only one each. The Gemling Legionnaire for the Mercenary, I think, can have 2 copies of support gems, but I'm not sure how smart having a Summoner Mercenary would be. Oh, you know, the Infernal Legion gem is back in Poe 2, so putting that on probably the SRS so that you can always have them as a detonate target, I think would be pretty nice later on once we have access to it. And then at that point, we actually could scale up their HP. Wraithorn? Oh, we actually did get one of the things there. King of the Mist is over here. Oh, we got everything, actually. Was that the same thing?
There's an immensely
Do we have the
disturbing
quest for this yet?
energy here.
Yes.
Time to
The
seek
altar
it out.
rituals.
Don't whisper at me from the...
God, please.
A beautiful murder!
Oh, 28% ES there too. That would be pretty nice. There's actually a lot of stuff I want here now. Now that we can actually get survivability on the tree as well. I guess we could probably use that to upgrade something by 1 level, right? May as well grab the arsonist out of these. They're a pretty big portion.
So this is where the darkness.
It would actually be kind of nice if I could disable the explosion on one of my minions, like the arsonist, so they don't blow themselves up.
It's about time.
Why can't we... Oh, that's the... That's not the last one. It just seems like the boss fight there. Probably should pick up all of the remotely useful crafting currency since it does seem kind of rare right now. I literally can't move, man. That is so stupid. Like, you can't have enemies that spawn around you that just completely prevent your character from moving. It's just really bad game design. Like, there has to be some way to play around it. Whoa, 5 to 9 physical thorns damage, sick. Base crit chance is 8% for weapons. Decent crit bonus. Not bad for early on, I guess. Oh, I missed the waypoint too. Oh my god, where are the altars at, man? The maps are just so restrictive to move around, like lots of extremely narrow paths where you can't really control your character, and that also feels kind of bad. Everything just sort of feels so restrictive right now. Maybe we can use the big one now? Didn't change the quest at all, though. But that seems like everything. Like, they're so much faster than me. They constantly push me around and stun me. And there's just no real tools to actually avoid stuff currently. At least my single target damage is a lot better now. That's the root thing with the red mark, I believe, so we wanna... Well, you can't even avoid that with the timing like that, unless you had a lot more movement speed. Should actually be checking boots for movement speed, I think. 30 spirit. Why did that go on the cursor? 58. Can we do anything with that? 37. Okay, sick. Level of melee skills. Is SRS melee? No. It does get the attack benefit from that. Is warrior melee? No. Guess that doesn't work for us then. Might be good for another character if I want to do that dual wield. Two hands at some point. It's only level 1, so I guess I may as well. I don't know that I even care. We can disenchant that, I guess. And then I think we're done here.
So the culture... Thank you.
I think we have each of those already.
Later.
Quickly.
grab our minion life and reviving, so that should keep the arsonist up a decent amount more. Level 4 with 6% attack speeds. The big spirit on that actually gives me an extra arsonist, which I like quite a bit, but we could hold on to that if I ever want to use it. Life, bit of dex, may as well. Keep that for later, bunch of junk. Recovery applied instantly and more charges. I think I really like having the reduced charges used on those if possible. Or chance to gain a charge is okay, I guess. Life per enemy killed, may as well, I guess.
Yes?
She actually can have some nice caster items sometimes. All spell skills. But it's at 2 hands. Actually got my +1 spell skills shield from her. All cold and damage is extra cold. Pretty nice cold caster wands. Allies have extra crits, but useless passive. Don't want to do anything with that. I don't think so. What I could do is try using a higher level flame wall, but I want to keep that just in case the mana ends up being too annoying with that. So hopefully we can grab one off of that. And then the ignite effect on that should be a little bit better. I don't know if it'll really matter. Oh, here we go, Spirit Gem. So Grim Feast. While active enemies and reviving... Oh, it's reviving minions. Okay, so the SRS and the Bone Constructs actually don't work with that. So it's a lot less than I thought it would be. But I do still want to try it. Let's see, is there anything else I really want? Ghost Dance? Energy shield equal to 5% of your evasion. Armor. Killing enemies with attacks. Probably not. So yeah, that's the only one we can grab here. I don't think I will use it yet, since having 3 arsonists sounds pretty nice, so we'll try and get a bit more spirit from somewhere if I can find anything for it. But we might have to wait a bit on that. I guess I can just toss it in here anyways. Ogum Farmlands. And we need the hut and the circle there. Oh, that would not be good. Where did all of my skills go? Oh, we got the higher level for that. And then that's everything I need.
Obey me!
I really, really hope they fix the computer locking up load screen soon with Windows 11. Really would like to have my FPS back. That guy really wanted that arsonist out there, wow.
Even the darkest corner is ablaze. Now!
Oh man, a chance shard, sick. Flask effect duration as a regular mod on a jewel. Actually, there's only 2 flasks now. But charm duration, it might actually be better. That's actually really bad now. Flask effect stuff? Just for the life and mana flask? I don't think mana's that much of an issue right now. Recharge rates. So I guess we'll go another life and then grab the big ES node there. Wow, 4 gold. Thanks.
Ah, the girl is healed. But dear,
Alright, I think that's a good place to take a break for now. So far, I am liking Summoner a lot more. It feels a lot
I
smoother
shall begin.
for playing, and also probably more interesting with all of the different minions you can choose from and the ways you can build them. We started with like the poison armor reduction on the sniper, that was decent. Unearth, we don't really need that too much now. The SRS and the arsonist are doing a lot of work. It's going to be cool when we get enough spirit to use Grim Feast and get some ES recovery in combat. Grab the ES and then we can probably start heading for something else. 28% with some extra stun thresholds. We'll grab that later, I think. Minion is still active. We are fairly close to that. 40% life, although they heal less. Accuracy, that is okay for the SRS, not the explosions. Movement speed, that might be okay. I really want to get to the top left, but it's pretty far to get up there. Critical damage bonus, you'd need the crit chance over here to make that even remotely useful, probably. There's some good ES over here, 20%. No, that's not ES, that's just stun threshold. Not sure. So we'll probably have to go like over here then to get up there. Oh, there's some good ES and 1% to max resistances. So if we can go over to here and then up to there at some point through the ES there, that would be pretty nice. So I think we'll look to go up here and then see what else we want to do later on. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.